welcome to today's episode. To the Musketeers podcast with your hosts, Hayden, Julie, and Jane.
Christmas is over. That means we have to go back to our regular episodes. That is not about Christmas.
But do not worry, it will return next year.
But anyways, today we will discussing about something special today.
This episode will be all about our childhoods growing up in the 90s and 2000 seconds.
This will be a fun trip down memory lane.
I bet you 90 seconds and 2000 seconds kids will like this episode. Jump in the train because this one is a ride.
Okay. We here are all millennials, Generation Y. Generation Y millennials are people born between 1981 to 1996. It is right after Gen X and it is before Gen Z.
I was born in 1986 and was a kid in the 1990s.
I was born in 1988. I was a 90 seconds kid and a 2000 seconds teen.
I was born in 1990. I grew up in the 1990s and I was a teenager in the 2000s.
So Jane is the only host that was born in the 1990s. So she got to see the 90s.
Yeah, also imagine if I was born on January 1st, 1990. I would celebrate my 10th birthday on the new millennium, but instead I was born in May 1990, so I was 9 when it happened.
Oh yeah, that day where people were freaked out when the new millennium was happening. Even 13-year-old me did not know what will happen, but I was fine.
I was 11 years old. I did not know what was going to happen. And it changed it all. The future was already there.
Yeah. I remember staying up all night and having a New Year party with family. And it was a whole new year and future, I guess.
Yeah, I remember this.
Okay, does anyone when we were sick, we stayed at home to watch random talk shows on the TV?
Yeah, we stayed at home from school. Talk shows were always on. Plus, there was nothing on the TV, so it was the only choice.
Oh, speaking of being sick, we took the pink bubblegum medicine. Does anyone remember the taste?
Oh yes, it was a no for me. Nice color, bad taste though.
It was a pass for Jane. What about you, Julie?
Well, a mixed bag for me. Good and bad. I liked or hated it.
Okay, Julie liked or hated it. Love-hate relationship.
What about you, Hayden?
Well, this is a way different take from you guys. I actually liked it.
Good for you, Hayden. I am happy to hear.
Of course, Jane said. She hated it. Thanks, Jane.
You are welcome. I am just supporting you.
Anyways, let's move to something else. Let's talk about colorful seats in restaurants, fast food restaurants.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about those. Very nostalgic.
They are so much better than what we have today. Just plain and boring, to be honest.
She is not wrong. Why did they have to change?
Yeah, why? I miss it a lot.
Speaking of color, who remembers seeing teal everywhere? Teal became my favorite color by seeing it.
Oh yeah, teal. Remember that?
Good memories.
A matter of fact, you can look up colors in the 90s. They have great ones like dark plum, forest green, dark brown, black, deep red, electric blue, hot pink, lime green, and bright yellow, as well as more muted tones like peach, lavender, and teal.
The colors of the time we were born were blue, green, orange, pink, and yellow, seen in clothing. They are often paired together in patterns inspired by comic book and pop art.
2000 seconds offered many colors. A minimalist movement began and brought a new sense of calm after the Y2K craze passed with the beginning of the new millennium. Relaxing colors such as light brown, tan, shades of white and blue, blue-gray, and blue-greens were very popular. The first one ever was one called cerulean. It was called first ever color of the year and color of the millennium because it reflected a sense of peace, fulfillment, and a look forward to the future.
Anyways, there are more 2000 seconds colors. Go see Pantone's color of the year predictions since 2000. It is so cool and they show you colors predictions going on since 2000. Now this article was made in 2020. You can still read it, no matter what.
Well, it was fun talking about colors. Let's move on now.
Oh yeah, let's talk about more nostalgia.
Okay, remember Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh my god, yes. Best times to watch TV, along with Fridays. ABC had one and so did Cartoon Network. Does anyone remember Cartoon Fridays? Around the time I was a teenager, they changed the block to Fridays and it was around until 2007. If you grew in the 2000s, you mean what I am talking about. Anyways, speaking of watching TV, who remembers box TVs?
Jane, Everybody remembers the box TV. Of course, everybody remembers. Even us.
This was before flat TV. Aka movie theater TV were popular like today.
Okay. I know everybody remembers VHS tapes. The OGG streaming service.
Oh yes.
Do you guys remember Blockbuster?
You know that we do.
It is something that kids today will never have a chance to experience.
Okay.
Yes, I would do that all the time. Even when my parents were at work.
Okay. Remember having poster in bedrooms? Because I do. Having a in my bedroom as a kid, teenager, and as a college student.
Me too. Those were the hype, even when I was a teen.
Fun times. And I really miss it.
Remember glitter everywhere?
Oh yes. Glitter hairspray, jelly shoes, you name it. Okay, does anyone remember dolphins on everything?
Yes, I do. No wonder dolphins are my favorite animal.
Those were good times.
I agree.
Who remembers Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh yes, I do.
These were good times. Such good times. I miss being a kid.
We all do. We know how hard adulthood is.
Remember the huge crayon set with the sharper on the back?
I remember seeing kids with those. I was super jealous.
Well, feel free to get jealous with me. I had those. Everyone thought I was the coolest.
Jane the cool kid in the house.
That's right. Also Tamagotchis, who remembers?
I had one, so yes. When it died, I always revived it.
I also had one. I got help from my mom and she took of it for me. She is so sweet, isn't she?
She is sweet.
What about Furbies?
Oh yeah, Furbies. Me and my younger brother had one. We got them for Christmas in 1998, just about the rise of them.
Awesome, Julie. What type?
I had the leopard one and my brother had the wolf one.
I got a Furby for my 9th birthday in 1999. I got the tiger Furby. I remember begging my mom for one and I finally got it.
Oh Jane, the one who always gets what she wants.
My younger brother had a Furby as well. He had the one who was the lamb. Oh God, I remember how annoying the Furby was. Keep in mind I turned 13 recently at the time.
Of course, it's always teenagers.
Does anyone remember inflatable chairs?
My cousin had one and she always let me sit there. It was nice sitting there, so comfy.
I had one in my room. I miss it and I would stay comfy.
Remember when doors had those things rather than a door?
I do. My cousin had one.
My friends had one. I am not sure what they're called though. Who remembers Lisa Frank?
Yes, I do. I remember seeing my friends with stuff from the company.
With growing up in the 90s and 2000 seconds, there was Claire's and Limited too.
In the 90s and 2000 seconds, there was one which was every girl's obsession, teen magazines. There were my everything in high school. I was obsessed.
Mine's too, J14M Magazine, Teen Vogue, 17, etc. Being a teenager in the 2000s were the best times.
More fun times, going to the mall in the 90s. My first time going to the mall was the 80s. I was a tiny baby, kid.
I agree. Fun times at the mall.
Who remembers using the computer in the 90s and 2000 seconds?
We all do. We met in the internet in 2006. So of course we remember.
The internet had AIM, Yahoo, games and/or products, MySpace, Google, and more. Google still exists. By the way, we all still use it, duh.
Yeah, MySpace was the hype in the mid-2000s. Fun times as a teen.
I agree. Mid-2000s internet was quite fun.
Yup, anyways that is all we have. Thanks for joining us for today's episode.
Make sure to follow our show to catch up with new episodes.
We are glad you joined us in today's episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys again in the next episode. Bye.